It's a church show here at the Liberties Festival and things are in full swing. There's fencing in the park, the tattoo exhibition is still ongoing, there's a drama workshop and there's the Blue Rinse Ball tonight. Bring your granny along if she's not too wrecked from all the fencing. But most importantly, there's still Festival TV beaming proudly from our studios here on South Earl Street. On today's show, we'll be taking a look at the Irish Premier of award-winning documentary Bridegroom. We'll be continuing our walk through the Liberties with historian Pat Liddy. And we'll be taking a look at the grudge match of the year, Garda versus Street Traders. If this isn't the most entertaining 15 minutes of your day, you better be a unicorn jockey, because it's all here on Festival TV. On Wednesday night, Woodkey hosted the Irish Premier of Bridgegroom, a multi-award-winning documentary about love, intolerance and equality. In a moment, we'll be interviewing Shane Bitney-Crone, whose life, love and loss forms the basis of the film. But first, we were down at Woodkey for the premiere.
We're here at the Civic Offices in Woodkey for the screening of the much-acclaimed film and documentary Bridegroom. The documentary features on the relationship between Shane Bitney-Crone and Thomas Bridegroom.
His name was Tom, and he was my life.
Everyone would wish that they had the love that Tom and Shane had.
I'm Tom. And I'm Shane. And we're in Oahu.
We wanted to travel the world together. Our goal was to hit all the wonders of the world.
They were always smiling.
Thomas's family did not accept the relationship, nor did they accept Thomas's sexual orientation. Tragically, in 2011, Thomas died in an accident. Shane was warned not to attend the funeral. He has since gone on to become an advocate for marriage equality and equal rights for same-sex relationships. Shane, it's great to meet you. I mean, do you think there's a shift towards same-sex marriage over there now at the moment?
I mean, things are changing so fast, and I mean, just even the past 6 months, it seems like there's, every day there's another state that has full marriage equality now. And so it's neat to see the change, but it's also kind of bittersweet at the same time because I think of people like my partner Tom who passed away before they were able to see that. My story is not unique in so many ways, and what I've gone through, hundreds and thousands of people have gone through. And so I'm just honored that this does represent so many, and it kind of just inspires me to keep sharing my story.
Emma, thanks a million for taking the time tonight for this absolutely amazing film. I'm so excited to be here. It's not funny.
Yeah.
Now tell us a little bit more about the Gays Film Festival.
Well, that's 31st. Yeah. So Gays is Dublin's International LGBT Film Festival. It starts now in 2 weeks on the 31st of July. I mean, generally with film festivals, feature films tend to sell more and stuff, and often the documentaries are harder to sell, but yet sometimes the content of documentaries are so powerful that you need wider audiences kind of seeing it. And when you see someone like Shane, a very handsome guy who's been madly in love with his partner for 6 years, the injustice of it all, so I think people will be stunned. I think that sometimes people just think that the LGBT issue is around whether you can be married or not, or whether you should be allowed to have children or not. Yet something fundamental like that, having the right to go to your partner's funeral, that's not even there. Very basic, and I think that a lot of people kind of saw that they might slightly think about the issues that are actually there.
Thank you, Tom.
We're joined here in the studio by Shane Bitney-Crone. Shane, thanks very much for coming in.
Oh, thanks for having me.
When you put up the video that set this all in motion, what were you expecting?
When I released the YouTube video, I thought that maybe a few thousand people would see it. I thought it would be just shared among maybe the LGBT community. I didn't think that in 7 days it would reach 1 million people all over the world. It was quite an amazing experience to be part of a viral video.
And in Dublin 8, we have the highest record of civil partnerships, and next year there's going to be a vote on same-sex marriage. So what kind of message would you give out to people about the importance of it?
Yeah, I think that you know, with the film, one of the most important messages is that it shows it's all about just being human, that it's not about being gay, it's not about being straight, it's just about being human. And I think, you know, for me, at one point I was okay with civil unions, and but as time has gone on, I just realized that there isn't a word that represents love and commitment like the word marriage, and that to me, it just kind of feels like a second-class version. So I'm really out there just trying to help people understand the importance of marriage equality, and I hope that people vote on love, I guess you could say.
And why do you think people are opposed to same-sex marriage?
I think people fear things they don't understand, and so for a lot of people, they might not know someone who's gay, and they have this, you know, preconceived idea of what they think gay relationships are like, and that's why I think it's so important for us to share our stories and to share our lives, so people can, you know, see that we're really not that different.
So have you been contacted by anyone whose opinions have been changed because of your film?
I have, and that's one of the things that's been pretty incredible. You know, it's one of those situations where you share your story and you tell yourself, you know, if it can reach one person, then it's worth it, and it's true. And I've heard from a lot of people who have said that.
And is there any one message you'd like to give out to people?
One would be, you know, just kind of to stand up for what you believe in and what you feel is right, and that you have a voice and you should use it. People will listen to you even though you might not think that they will. And to sharing our lives, to show everyone that love is what is important in life, and it's something that should be celebrated, not feared.
Awesome. Thank you for coming in. It was great having you here.
Oh, thank you so much.
And I hope the film has even more success than it's already had.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, I never imagined that it would be taking me to places like Ireland. So it's been pretty incredible. Everyone's been so kind. So thank you.
Thank you. Now we're going to head over to Pat Liddy to continue our walking tour of the Liberties.
When Lawrence O'Toole was Archbishop of Dublin, he invited the Augustinian monks to come in here and run the cathedral for him. And they built a monastery around the cathedral, and this building we're in now, or the ruin of it, is their old chapter house. Now, when the Normans captured Dublin, the first Norman Archbishop arrived, a man called Comyn. He was a Benedictine, and he did not like the Augustinians. So he decided to move out of Christchurch and found his own cathedral, which became St. Patrick's Cathedral. But this cathedral appeared, that is Christchurch, appealed to Rome, so Dublin had two cathedrals, and we were the only city in medieval Europe to have two cathedrals. The Reformation of Henry VIII came to Dublin in the 1530s, and this cathedral became Anglican, or Protestant, if you like. And for a very short time in the 1680s, when the Roman Catholic King James II came to Ireland, having been ousted from kingship in England, to fight a very bloody civil war between himself and William III. For a year, in 1689, Christchurch became once more a Roman Catholic cathedral. And beside me here, behind the glass, is the tabernacle and the two candlesticks which were used for the celebration of Mass for that very brief period before the cathedral once more reverted to Anglicanism. Behind me is the Church of St. Nicholas of Myra on Francis Street, one of the monasteries closed down by Henry VIII. And in the 17th century, another church was built on this site, which ultimately was replaced by the present Church of St. Nicholas of Myra in 1834. In the old church that preceded this one, the Archbishop of Dublin lived. He lived here not illegally, but of course it's the time of the penal laws, and he had to keep a very low profile. St. Nicholas of Myra, of course, is the formal name for Santa Claus, because Myra, which was in Turkey then, was the home of St. Nicholas of Myra. And every harbour town in Europe tended to have a church dedicated to St. Nicholas. And St. Nicholas was the patron saint of sailors.
That was Pat Liddy's fascinating look at the history of the Liberties, and there'll be another instalment next week. Of all the great derbies of world football, Milan versus Inter, Celtic versus Rangers, Shamrock Rovers versus Humanity, none quite match the intensity of the annual Street Traders versus Guards match. Will the traders set out their stalls? Will the Guards batten down the hatches? Or will it be Operation Free Flowing Football? Our duck racing correspondent Paul McPundit has no idea, but here he is anyway.
And it's all been building towards this. Not since the Vikings kicked around the heads of their vanquished enemies has a football match meant so much. On one side you have the hawkers and squawkers at Liberties markets, and on the other side, the boys in blue, the Garda Síochána, taking no prisoners. So, hold on to your aprons, lads. This is going to be a big one.
And the pressure is mounting as the locals are out in force and expectations are running high.
Hi, I'm here with Kevin, who's going to be refereeing tonight's game. How are you doing, Kevin?
Oh, great, yeah, looking forward to the game, okay, but it's going to be a very intense game because it's a small pitch and obviously and the home team will want to win the game.
Absolutely. And are you expecting a hard time keeping these guys under control?
I think once I start off in a kind of a nice, even, steady pace, I'll be okay in terms of like you can't let too much go at the start of the game.
And they're off. Just look at that. There's a lot of talented players here on both teams.
Hello, goalie.
How we doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm great.
Yeah, you keeping them out?
I'm indeed. Trying my best.
5-0.
5-0. You'll get to the World Cup if you keep going at this rate.
And the Guard team are still trying to get back into this one. They're not out yet. Has anyone seen my Jammy Dodgers? Oh, they are a nice pair of runners.
Okay, so we have a player who's just come off from the Traders, and we're going to have a quick word with him. So happy?
Yeah.
How was your set in there? You were playing for a little while. And what's the score now?
I think it's 5-0 at the moment now. Yeah.
Good man. Your goalie isn't getting a lot of practice up there.
Have a look at him.
He's taking it easy in there.
He's taking it easy.
He's got the right job today.
Yeah.
You're putting a lot of effort into it, though.
We are indeed, yeah, of course.
You're a bunch of fit traders.
We are indeed.
There's those runners again. I wonder where he got them. Whoa, that was close. You have to keep your eye on the ball here.
So it's half-time here at the Street Traders versus the Guards game, and I'm joined by two members of the Guards team, Liam and John. Liam.
Very bad first half, but we're going to improve the second half. We have to put John in the second half to straighten up the defence, and a couple of goals this half.
You seem to be suffering somewhere on the pitch.
It's just not enough training, that's what it was. Too much high stools, I think.
And the suffering just continues for the Garda team as their defence is constantly under attack. And now attack back to Habit. Yeah, Habit. And now what? And it's and goal!
Woo! And that's it for another year. But like all great rivalries, this one will run and run. It was Kevin Street versus Meath Street today, but football was the real winner. Who are we kidding? The real winners were the Traders, who came out on top. And the Garda team will just have to suck it up until next year comes around. And that's the way the cookie crumbles. Back to you, Melissa.
And that was our correspondent Paul McPundit, who hasn't seen so many guards since the incident on O'Connell Street with the Christmas tree. Hope he makes bail this time. Well, that's it for today's show, but join us tomorrow where we'll be bringing you the St. James's Fun Run and the Blue Rinse Bingo. And if you've ever heard that sentence before, you either know some very strange people or some very groovy jazz bands. See you then.